So
Life on Fleek podcast, take 1. Amul kuntaka kwanza.
Answer.
Usiseme tiskochiangi chance ya kuintroduce.
You don't want me to shine, which is okay. I totally understand. That's all good. I don't know. Should I go? Okay, go.
Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Life on Fleek. My name is Franca.
My good name is Freddy. Then kuna kabez kidogo. Franca nasikia nimekaachi kidogo because you don't want me to introduce.
Ngoja to introduce guest.
Sasa ushaanza kunikola mbele ya guest.
Nimesema tu ngoje to introduce guest. And today we're joined by a very beautiful lady. Okay. Her name is Vilwendo. Acha tumpatie chance aseme hizo titles zote zenye ako nazo.
Karibu sana. Feel at home.
Thank you so much, Franca and Freddy.
Yeah.
My name is Vilwendo, and I am a content creator and a consultant.
What
do you consult?
I do translations, French, English, French.
Yeah. So zile vitu Freddy alikuwa anatudanganya ile siku anaongea French. Leo tumeleta translator.
There are 2 types of French. You need to know that, yeah? We'll talk about this after.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll talk about it after.
Okay, so today I wanted us to talk about the thief of joy.
Thief of what?
Joy.
Thief
Do you
of
know?
joy.
Thief of joy.
Okay.
Unamjua?
No. What?
Who is the thief of
what do you
joy?
Mean
Who?
Hey.
Si chief.
Niyo chai. Meka skari mingi kwa hiyo chai. You know?
Ni kama. Who is the thief of joy?
The thief of joy. That's a very... Also, umefanya sana kadwanzi because now I look like I'm thinking.
No, it's okay, Vanessa. Do you know?
Yes, I do.
Acha tupatie Freddy 2 minutes afikirie. This is the day.
So what is the thief of joy? Because
inaka maybe by the usumbukangi nayo, that's why you don't know. It's comparison.
Okay,
yeah, comparison is the thief of joy. But unakongo umejiamini sana, so I didn't expect you to know. So
mwanaume ni kujiamini. You didn't expect me to know. What are you trying to say? I'm
no, juu unakongo umejijua, unajua.
Thank you.
We're telling about anyone else. Anyway.
Well, I'm very sorry. This happens. This is how we live. Yeah, I have a hater here in the name of a co-host, but it's okay. So let's.
Yeah.
So we're talking about comparison.
Yeah, comparison.
Okay.
Yeah, because in this day and age, it's hard.
What have you been?
To not compare yourself. I'm not saying it's impossible to live a life where you do not compare yourself with others, but it is difficult.
That's very true.
Like every time you're surrounded with information that reminds you that you're not where you're supposed to be.
That's true.
Or maybe you should change lanes and go into something else where you might prosper. And especially being surrounded with people who are talented the way you are.
Yeah.
They're in the line of work that you are interested in. Like there's no one singer or one content creator in the world. You know, it's so saturated. So it's easy to compare yourself. So do you ever find yourself in those moments where you're comparing yourself?
This is something this is personal for you? Because it's okay, Franca.
Yani mtu ataezi
this is a safe space. It's a safe space.
Na vile nilikuwa nimeset mood na
it's okay. It's a safe space. We'll talk about it.
So yeah, do you ever compare yourself? Hata kama uko unajua hiyo jina.
Well, anyway, for me, of course, all of us compare ourselves to others, people we aspire to be like. People I definitely compare myself to other people, and I'm sure other people compare themselves to me. All right. I'm sorry. I know this is confusing, but do you experience this? Does this happen to you?
To me, I would say I've compared myself to other people before because probably I admired what they had or because I wanted to be like them. But then you see, you can't be like someone else.
That's true.
That's who they are. That's, who they've worked to be. So when you look at someone and you look at what they have, and then you want what they have, I guess that's what you mean by comparison. Like you want what someone else has. And what it does, like you said, it's the thief of joy to compare yourself to someone else, because that means that you no longer look at yourself as valuable. You no longer look at yourself as a person yourself. Like, I don't know if you get what I mean, but I mean, you no longer love yourself. You're constantly trying to be like someone else. And what it breeds in your heart is also envy. And you might also become jealous. That has happened before. And those two things can take you to a place that you don't want to be. We've had so many stories of passionate killing, or someone, doing stuff that were out of their character just because they started comparing themselves to someone. So it breeds so many negative feelings, and you just become toxic even to yourself and other people around you. So you're no longer living an authentic life, but you're living a fake life based on someone else's life, if I can put it that
Franca,
way.
I know you're waiting for this part where you're going to open up. So feel free.
Mi si mi ndo nilianzisha na nikasema
Tumekuwa ka therapist. So Franca, do you feel like you always compare?
Yes, I think for a very long time, that was how I moved. For me, I didn't think of it like it was a negative thing. I think that's what I told myself in my head.
Wait. What, you don't think like it's a negative? What do you mean?
I didn't think it was a negative thing. For me, comparing was like, okay, I've seen someone who does what I do. Okay, so I'm putting my notes down. Okay, she can do this. I can do this. She can do this. This is what she's done. So how do I get where she is? What does she do?
Okay.
Does she practice 5 hours a day? That's what I want to do, so that I can,
you can get to
I can match up. I think, but one thing I've realized is our journeys are different. And some people, they might take like 5 years to achieve their dream, and some might take 10 years. So it's different. And of course, when you're living in that comparison, the results are not the same. So you end up really frustrated, because you're like, okay, I'm practicing 5 hours a day like her. Why am I not getting the same results that she's getting? So for me at that point, ndo nikaanza kuwa na okay, this is not good. Of course, there was a very long period where, it resulted to unhappiness and feeling insufficient and having insecurity issues. But I think when I started realizing, okay, I'm different. Yes, I can I can copy, a method, but still, I have to accept that the results will be different, because journeys are different. And of course, our end result is different, because I think sometimes that's what drives us. Ama, what do you think? Like having your end goal, because it's different. Even if you guys are doing the same thing, you have different end goals. So I think that makes a very big difference.
So this is what I'm getting from this. From what she said is, I think there are two outcomes from what she's just said. Like there's the side where you can be envious, you can be jealous, and you can also turn it around for positive and use it as fuel. Like, are you
I'm following.
Are you with me? Are you sure? So what I'm getting from this is that there are two sides. Okay, there's a side where you can either be envious or jealous, or you can use it as fuel. You can say, if they're there, then I want to get to the same level. Like compare now, ndio nifike hapo mali yao wamefika. Is that what you're saying? Or is that?
That was my attitude towards like comparing. But I think looking at comparison, right now I feel comparison is more in the details. Like you're comparing your abilities, your structures, like it's in the details. They always doing it. Unaget? Like it's more of, okay, huyu akona sauti kama yangu. Like you look for someone who's exactly like you, sort of.
Yeah.
Okay. Who has maybe achieved more than you.
Yes.
And then so you start like copy pasting. It's sort of you're modeling yourself into this other person. Just like Vanessa said,
Yeah.
you're modeling yourself to
Yeah.
be this other person. And then you start losing out on your uniqueness.
Mm.
Because if you start doing what they're doing, wao walijifikirilia wao wenyewe.
Yes.
Wakasema, you know what, this is what I want to do, and I think it will help me achieve this and this. Wao haufikiri hivo. Wao unafikiria, I just want what she has. So I'm just going to copy paste her model.
Yes.
And work as she works, and then nione pia mimi nikipata the same result, because maybe you feel like hata mimi nataka result kama hiyo. But there's so many things that become variables in that situation, because una consider maybe their schedule, it's different. Maybe they have time to like practice 5 hours. Unasahau maybe they are unasahau, sorry, my mic nimekuwa
kunywa maji.
nikifanya hiyo
Drink
kitu
water.
kwa mic technique. Sorry,
okay.
sorry producer.
Drink your water.
Maybe they have the energy, they have the resources.
Yeah.
Unaget?
Yeah.
To do all these things. So in short, mimi mwenye najiekea pressure to be able to be like her, and yet I am not her.
So you don't think it's a good thing? You don't think comparison?
No, not at all. It's not a good
do
thing.
you think the same? Do you think it can
I
be a
think
good thing?
If we could maybe generalize it and say, I see someone else's life, and why is it that they're getting opportunities? Why is it that their life look good? Why can't I have the same as them? And I think that's where now comparison kicks in. But you don't know what that person has gone through to get there. You don't know what they've sacrificed. You don't know what they had to let go to get to a certain point in life. Sometimes we look at someone who is successful and we want what they want, but we don't know what it takes to get there. And you'll find that even just in our society today, many people try to copy someone else's life, but they lose on who they really are, because you normally feel like your life sucks, you know, or you're insufficient, the way you said those feelings of insufficiency, or you feel like you're not good enough, and you know, it makes someone lose their joy, basically, if I was to say that. Because okay, let's say someone who drives a big car. I want to also get a big car one day, but for me to look at them and feel like I should be there as well, yet I'm on my own path, that's where I think the problem comes from. Because you see it with social media, you see, I'm sure you have examples of people around you who behave that way. I have an example. There's a time we were going to church, and of course you have different classes, if I can put it that way. People who dress very well, others we have all different styles.
You're the Franca and feeling the air, because she tries to compare
come
herself
as you are.
with myself. You know, Franca always. I know. Kuna be
Freddy will take come as you are, very literally.
Franca najua unajaribu go copy my style.
I know
you're
style
jealous.
is okay
you want to
for
get to my level, but you get here. It's gradual. All right.
It's
so you were saying sorry. Very sorry. You were saying.
And you'll find that people would borrow clothes so that they can come to church and look the part.
Franca.
Because so and so looks good. Even me, I want to dress like that.
Franca.
And that's where I think we need to really talk about what makes people really feel like you're not comfortable with your life. What makes you feel like you cannot embrace who you are and what you have, and that you will get there gradually.
Nice.
I'm glad you brought that up as a question. I think for me, FOMO was a big part of one
define FOMO for all FOMO.
Fear of missing out. Fear of missing out. Sorry, karibu tukutoe hapa tuanze tukahavi conversation na vi. I think FOMO was a big part of it, because I felt that I was losing out on like living this lifestyle that I felt was necessary for me to live in my early 20s. Kai sai naweza sema early 20s.
Umekuwa mzee, you're old. You're very old. But we understand.
But yeah, fear of missing out was a big part of it. I felt like, in the early 20s is where people figure out their careers. So this is my time to really get it right. This is my time to like do the most when it came to like figuring out my talent and where I wanted to take it career-wise.
Yeah.
And of course, it made me fall into places where I didn't want to, but I tolerated, because I was like, okay, if this is what it takes for me to reach where I want to be and be like her, because you admire someone and you're like, you know what, I just want to be like you because I think you're awesome.
Be like
I have
Freddy.
a crush on you, So you're like, okay, if this is what it takes for me to be here, then let me do it. And you're not happy, you're not fulfilled, you're not living your authentic self, you do not have joy in you, you're just surviving, in short. Yeah, so I can say for me, FOMO was a big part of it. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Could you also say
Yeah, what
insecurities?
about you?
Could you say insecurities for you?
Mbona unanijibia? Si mimi nishajijibia, we jijibia. Kwa inakaa insecurity ilikuwa.
Okay, I think insecurity is also one of those things that would make you want to compare yourself, because you feel like you're probably less than, or there's certain kuna tu vitu una deal nazo inside. Yeah, so that would make you feel like I need to compare. So for me it would be insecurities, but mnangoja sana nifungue roho, lakini hakuna roho nafungua.
Tunakujanga wewe utakangi kupeana information hapa, nitatafuta co-host mwingine.
Itakuwa hard. Hii ni mpaka mwisho, hakuna
wewe tu ndo uko.
And can we say that, unfortunately, but let me be real, that happens mainly with women.
Oh,
that
yes.
comparison thing.
Oh yes, I've seen it in Franca.
Do you think? Do you think?
I've seen it in Franca
I
a lot.
actually disagree, but let me.
Why I'm saying that, when we were in campus, for example, you'll see that this girl is looking pretty all the time. Her hair are always done, and other people will look at her and be like, kwani anafikiria yeye ni nani? Those small comments. But deep down you have a admiration for her, but now you start copying the way she is.
You love them, but
and even in different circles where you'll find women, you'll see something nice on someone, and then you'll be like giving them the side eyes, or you will not want to compliment them just because things like that. I've seen such things where you compare yourself to someone, and it just brings out bitterness in you. I've seen that. I don't know for men if you've seen or noticed that.
It's also there for men as well. Just the same way you're saying you've seen a friend with probably a nice, it could be a car. And you're like, mazei gari, mtu alipata pesa. No, amingia wash, So you start. So I'd say it applies. It goes both ways, from both male and female. I don't think there's a side that where it's more, but yeah, it does actually happen for males as well.
For males as well.
Yeah, you're just mazei gari sitoboke ama sienge kwa accident.
Yeah. That went dark.
So
quick.
That went dark. Sorry guys, that's
so
the
quick.
That's the inner me.
Kufungua roho. Umejaza nini kwa hiyo roho?
That's the inner me, maze. Niko na bitterness. Yeah, but it goes both ways. Yeah, like I don't know.
And I like what you said. Sometimes you can use comparison to maybe get better, for the betterment of self.
That's the fuel I was saying. You can use it as fuel.
You can use it as fuel. Yeah. You don't necessarily have hard feelings towards someone, but you see where you would like to be, and then you just emulate some of the steps that they've used to get there, which is okay. You can have a role model to do that, but for me I feel like you can use it positively, but most of the times it comes out in a negative way when you talk about comparison. It's almost as if it's competition.
And I think it comes like in both ways, like moving forward and backwards, in terms of you can compare yourself to someone who's ahead of you and feel, oh, I'm insufficient. And you can compare yourself to someone who's behind you and feel, mimi ndio bazuu, hakuna mtu mwenye ananiambia kitu yoyote hapa. That's so can you share maybe a personal experience, V, where you have found yourself in these moments of comparison?
Yes.
So go pick Fungwaro, just speak. Franca will judge you, but I won't judge you. Just let it go.
Yes, I think I can remember an instance where, you know, the way you can say at this age, I want to be at a certain place in my life, or I want to purchase a car at this age and stuff like that. So there's a time I met this lady and she was maybe younger than me, and she had a car, she had a job, a good house. I was still living with my dad. And I'm like, Kwani, why can't I also have a car? See, I should have a car. There's a car entitlement that comes in, and you're like, even me, I should have a car. Why is she young and why does she have a car? You know, she was like maybe 3-4 years younger than me. So I started doubting myself and wondering, is it that I'm not intelligent enough? Is it that I'm not aggressive enough when it comes to looking for a job? What can I do to also get a job that will, you know, give me money for me to get a car and everything? So you start really looking into yourself and pointing out maybe issues with yourself. Like maybe I'm not intelligent enough. Maybe I don't have enough opportunities. What did she do to get there? Oh, she's so lucky. Oh, I don't like my life. You know, it has happened.
Yeah, it's a roller coaster.
Yeah, it's a roller coaster. Yeah. So that's what it does. Basically, you start wondering what's wrong with you.
Okay. Freddy, share your experience.
Najua you langoja sana kusikia. You're really waiting to hear this, right? Yeah. So for me, one of the biggest ones. Well, ili nisumbua. Now, please don't judge me. Yeah. So one of the biggest ones for me was moving out of my mom's house. Cause ile mbogi tulikuwa nayo, mbogi is group. Najua saa ingine, it's the Eastlands in me, I'm sorry. So the group of people that I used to hang out with, majority, if not all of them, had moved out of their parents' house. And boy child alikuwa bado, you know, I was still living with my mommy. So
sorry, I don't know why I laughed.
Sorry.
I've just never imagined you saying mommy.
Mommy,
I don't
what have you cooked? So you got ndevu. Lakini vitu nimepitia. Anyway, I digress. So I was still living with my mom, and most of my guy friends wanaongea venye, mazi we ukifika leo unapika ama leo tupitie kwa because a good number of them used to probably stay in the same area. So leo tunakuja kwako kula. Ama umebuy nini? Ulizia how much your TV? Na fridge yako ulibuy wapi? Mimi sasa hiyo labda ile kitu niko nayo kwa nyumba ni picha. Anyway, so that really bothered me. And so I was like, what's wrong with me? Why is it that all my male friends have moved out? Unajua ukatia dem akuulize, where do you live? Huh? Unaanza ku guess areas kwa best zako wanaishi. You start guessing areas like some apartments in so hiyo akijua wewe unaishi kwenyu.
Okay.
Yes, that really got to me for the longest time. So for the longest time I didn't want anything. My desire was just to move out.
Just because other people have moved out.
Because other people have moved out. All my guy friends have moved out, so I just want to move out and just be like them. Whether ntalala kwa floor ama ntalala, yani provided I can just say I have a place of my own. And that actually helped me because that became the only thing I wanted, and eventually I did it. Atakana ikatoka ni achwani.
Good job.
You know, I still live in, but that's one of the pressures that, you know, so that's why I was saying you can it can either turn out for good or for bad. You can either use it as fuel, yeah, because just the way I turned it, I'm a role model. Take it.
But I might be wrong. No, I'm joking.
Wow.
I'm joking.
So as I was saying, like before, you can either use it as fuel, or it can turn this other way if you don't know how to control it. Yeah, it can go left or right. So Franca, you're not running away from this question. Did you answer the question?
Which one?
Have you ever felt, give us one of your experiences?
Yes, mi kwanza nimepeana examples mingi sana, but one that I would like to talk about
yes.
would be I think my body size.
Sweep the chest, sweep your heart.
I was a bit chubbier.
Ulikuwa dugu. Tulikuwa tunaita dugu. You are dugu. Tell us.
I wasn't that big, but I always just being surrounded with comments about how big I was. Unajua kuna ule mtoto mwenye ako class 8 but kuna vile pia haukai ni kama uko class 8.
Unakaa mwalimu. Look like the teacher. Bana huyu pia anasoma huku.
Ni unaona watu kama ndo wanaharibu watu. Unajua mtu hapa anakuita Mrs. Nani. But I'm just a child. But yeah, I was a bit chubbier. And I think I saw girls who were fit. Because in primary school I was fit. Because my dad made sure that we were fit. We used to like run and exercise. By the nikiwa primary kuna time nilikimbia 200 meters, though nilikimbia tu like one. I think nilikimbia kidogo nikaanguka chini.
Umesema 200 meters.
200 meters.
I think it was 200 meters.
200, okay. All right.
And then I was like, but I don't like running. But anything else nipatie. But I don't like running. Hata sahi please. Anything else.
Notice. Yeah,
nisikimbie. I don't like running. But tunaweza sema ni kwa sababu tumebarikiwa. So tukikimbia.
PG.
But anyway, so I can say my body size was a place of comparison. Because sasa nilikuwa mingi kwanza naingia IG. Vision board image to images niko like I'm getting my 6-pack. I'm getting, and unajua sometimes inakufanya set unrealistic goals.
Yeah, for you.
Because it's not impossible for me to have a 6-pack.
Wait,
it's not
do girls
impossible.
Do girls have 6-packs?
But sasa ukianza kuona ude makona alafu unaenda kwa video yenye inakwambia in 7 days.
No, wait. Do girls have 6-pack? That's the question. Don't
Oh, sorry.
I
don't know if they have 6-packs, but I know they have abs. I'm talking about abs.
Oh.
Yeah,
abs.
So abs.
Okay.
I'm talking about abs. Yeah. Right. It's not impossible for me to have abs, right? Yeah. But nikianza kujicompare na madem alafu naenda kwa quick fixes because that's my desire. I want it and I want it now. I used to get very frustrated. I remember I used to like talk to myself vibaya sana. I would look in the mirror and just tell myself, why do you eat a lot? Like, why is your body like that? Don't you love yourself? Unajua, like unajembezi vitu za, cause unafikiria, okay, naji chocha ndo nianze ku work out ndo nianze ku do better for myself, but it used to really put me down because one thing I've realized about speech, the moment you say something negative more than twice, it starts becoming your like spirit yako kuna vile inaichukua, because even now if I were to say a negative statement 6 times, kuna I don't know, there's something that happens in your spirit and you start feeling sad about it. So I used to really talk to myself negatively about it, and it was an obsession for a very long time. I remember I tried pills.
No wonder.
As a to suppress appetite.
Oh my goodness.
I remember I used to starve myself.
Oh, really?
Imagine mimi.
Na venye una clear chapati. You have no mercy on chapatis. Mandazi hapa zikai.
I don't care. Vibes. I used to starve myself. I remember I used to fast a lot. Nilikuwa najiambia na fast naombea nini, you know, mangu akiniambia mbona ukuli? Mam niko kwa mfungo. Unajua nataka nini Mungu afanye 1 2 3. So of course also tukianza sasa kuingia kwa hiyo doctrine, let's not even get there. But I used to do everything to just make it work. Nilianza ku work out, but after 7 days nikiona wesi uliniambia 7 days nitakuwa already na flat stomach, mbona ikuji ni mimi. And then the weird part is once nilikuwa na feel hivyo defeated, I go and stress eat. So hizo calories zote nimekuwa nikiburn within that week, within 2 hours man zimerudi double because ile kuchafua nimechafua na chakula.
I believe you.
So yeah, but I think eventually things just, to be honest, things just worked out.
So do you think it helped you, the negative?
No.
You don't think that helped?
No, because mine was just sikuwa naangalia like, okay, huyu dem alifanya nini? Because wengine walikuwa wanasema within 3 years, within nini, wali achieve hivyo, and then they say, go check out my stories. And I think because others do clickbait, because at the end of the day, people sometimes do this to earn money. So mtu anakwambia, mimi nilikuwa able to achieve hizi abs in like 3 months. And maybe it was 3 years. Okay, so anakwambia go to my YouTube channel, follow, go to my YouTube channel, follow, and get the diet plan, or maybe get the exercises that you can do to be able to achieve this in 3 months. What unafanya in 3 months I happen, because also bodies are different. There's so many things that come to play, but I can say that was an area that it's
so
no longer.
So you don't think the negative comments or the negative attitude you had towards yourself contributed to you now?
No, I had to like go back and start loving myself, loving my body, so that nilikuwa kwa position yenye I want to take care of myself. How best do I take care of myself? I'm not loving my body if I'm starving myself. I need food because I need energy. So just starting to like going back to that foundation of loving myself the way I am and accepting help in terms of
what do you think? Do you think like the negativity, like being negative towards yourself, or just
it's made me miserable?
You don't think it's a journey, like it's the beginning of you getting better?
No.
You don't think so?
I think yes, it was my journey, but for someone else I think they can do it differently. Like it doesn't have to be like that. That's what I think.
You think the same?
Can you repeat the question?
The question was like you see how negative she was towards herself, yeah? Do you think if you're negative towards yourself about a particular goal or about a particular achievement, that you're comparing yourself with someone, if you start negative, do you think it eventually will help you get better?
The thing is, when you talk to yourself negatively, unless you change it to talking to yourself positively, they both yield results. So the more I talk negatively to myself, I will fall into a dark pit. But if I start speaking positively, and in her case, for example, she kept on looking at herself and thinking that her body was the problem, and the fact that she was able to change that into a self-positive talk changes your outcome of who you are and maybe even the future, the way you see yourself. Because the moment you look at yourself and you feel like you're not beautiful enough, for example, or you feel like you are insufficient, then you'll be that. You can't speak negative and expect positive results. It's something that you have to change. Even it starts with the mind. Actually, everything starts with the mind. The moment you change your mind to believe that you are good, that you are enough, now you will start seeing the results even in the way you interact with people, even in the way you see yourself, and it leads to self-acceptance. But so,
so are we saying? So we're saying comparison is bad. That's what we're saying. In a nutshell.
Because I saw that we looked at 2 different outcomes of comparison. There was the negative one where you literally become envious or you covet what other people have. And that's where the issue is to me. Because the moment you covet, that's, sorry to say this, but that's a really bad spirit that can lead you to do
very true.
Strange things.
Very true. Franca knows.
But there's also the comparison where you look at someone as a role model and and that fuel your
Use it as fuel.
your drive to become better, a better person, or change your character to that of someone. For example, I'll give you an example. For me, I admire people who talk well. I admire people who talk eloquently. So I used to look or listen to people who will talk the way I wanted to talk, so that I can improve my speech, I can improve my vocabulary. And that, you can say, is another aspect of comparison. But the one that we see nowadays in our society is that of coveting what other people
Do you think
have.
there's a difference? There's a difference between coveting and... It's not the same thing?
It's not the same thing. It's like, let's say it's a higher level of comparison, because to covet, it's literally to, let's say you have an iPhone. I want that iPhone.
It's true, people. It's not a joke. I do have it. I do have it.
Na niko na tamaa ya hiyo iPhone.
Unaitamani,
Na nataka kenye Freddy ako nayo.
Kenye Freddy ako
You see?
nayo.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's where you look at yourself and you're like, am I in the right place? Because the moment you feel like something brings out bad, negative feelings in you, you're already in the red zone. But when it comes to, like you said, comparison can also give birth to competition.
Yes, that's true.
Competition is where now you are competing with someone to be like someone else, or to be better than someone else. And even that, to me, there's a problem. I'll give you an example. Let's say we sing in a worship team, and Franca sings so well, and Franca can lead people into that zone with God. And I also want the same. Or Franca is always leading, for example. Why is Franca always leading every Sunday? Why can't I also be leading on Sundays, So you bring out that spirit of competition. Sasa mna competia mic, microphone. And you see, those are the different aspects of comparison and what it can birth in different people. For some people, it can be frail. For some people, it can be competition, and others, they just covet what other people have.
That's a very nice,
Okay, personally, I think comparison is not a good thing at any level, because I feel for you to compare, it's putting you up against something else. And so you have to like find a place where they're matching, which I think it's not good at all. I think we should be in a place where you see yourself and you see Jesus Christ and want to be like him alone. If you're starting to compare yourself to like anyone else at any level, I feel at no point do I feel like it's a positive energy. Because like you said, it gives birth to very negative feelings. At any moment, hata kama you want it to fuel you, you're forgetting your why. You're forgetting your why. And even if it comes, maybe you're talking about admiration, right? The way you've mentioned, when you admire someone, what are you really admiring? What are you really admiring about this other person? Because there are things that we are called to admire as Christians.
Yes,
Okay,
I
does this person, yes, huyu mtu akona hizi vitu zote za dunia zenye unafikiria, but the thing that matters, do they have it? And I think in Corinthians 13, I think Paul talks about it.
Leo umekuja na wewe. Mbona umekuja Biblos? You read the book.
Imekuja tu. Hata I don't sijui hiyo verse yote, but you guys can help me out.
Finally umesoma Bible.
Paul talks about it and says some things sijui, but without love. So I don't think at any point comparison births love. Okay, that's just my thought, but you can correct me. But I don't think comparison at any point. And so that's why we call it the thief of joy.
So to you, it's a completely negative thing.
For me, it's completely negative. The moment you start comparing yourself to other person, you're missing out on the uniqueness that Jesus Christ has given you. I think that's where I'm at with comparison. Do you have something to say about it?
I was going to say that you said that it depends on the person. For you, it depends on the person. It can either be fuel. You can either be positive or negative.
Yeah, like she touched on admiration. I think you can admire someone where they are, and that can even give you a blueprint for your life,
Yes.
not necessarily the same life, but you want, they've opened your eyes
Yes.
to something that you didn't have. And you can admire someone for that, right? I like what you said about comparison literally putting you in a place where you will always have negative feelings, whether you don't know how to control yourself. You know, we have different people. Some people, they are competitive and they just
They thrive on it.
thrive on it.
Yeah.
But where we strike a balance, I think, is where you look at who Christ is and strive to be like him, you know, strive to be like Christ. And you can only do that by being exposed to his word. And as you know, you are changed into who Christ is. The more you are exposed to the word of God, you are changed into who Christ is. And you'll feel so sufficient that you will not have the need to look at someone else and what they have. Because I said this before, God wants you to have these things. He wants you to prosper. But you have to shift your focus to him and not to other people to achieve that. Because you can't look at Christ and look at someone else and start comparing the two. You have to stay in a place where you only look at Christ, and you will see that some of these things, they won't become as important as they used to be.
Or maybe if you look at them, it's a point of testimony. You know what? If God did that for them,
yes,
I know he can do it
So when
for
we say
me too.
when I had a question somewhere. I'm very sorry. So when you say God wants us to prosper, what exactly do you mean? Financially, or just life, or what exactly do you?
In actually
mean by
every
that?
aspect.
In every aspect. Of
In
that.
every aspect of your life, if you look at his promises,
Yeah.
from the beginning, even before you were conceived in your mother's womb, he had you in mind, you know, and he knew. There's a verse that says that I know the plans that I have for you, plans to prosper you, to give you a future and an expected end. So he has you in mind. He wants you to prosper. The Bible says that he delights in the prosperity of his children. He wants you to be wealthy. He wants you to have all these things that you are looking towards. And if you could only focus on him and trust him with your life, then you will see some of these things unfold. Maybe not as so and so, but he knows that at this stage, Franca will get this. At this stage, Freddy will get it, you know. But you have to believe in him. You have to believe in what he says about you.
True.
Because the moment you lose that anchor, you'll be all over the place competing with so and so, and
I see what you guys have done there. Sasa mimi ndo nakanika somangi Bible. I look like the non-Christian. You guys got so deep kidogo.
No, I actually love
but it's okay. I see what you've done.
Freddy.
No, I see it. It's all good. But because of time, do we do a part 2 for this? Because I think we have a
I
lot
wanted
to
to say
talk about.
something. Actually, we're just winding up. Because it's good that you've mentioned that for you to not compare, because I think we've already come into a place of, okay, we're looking for solutions. So the first solution will be listen to the word. Okay, and then of course umesikiza word, but bado practically kuku maisha yako. I wanted to ask you, V, as a content creator, okay, how do you manage your social media platforms to ensure that you're not comparing yourself?
But that's
just
question.
the last question.
Depth.
I think for me, I came to a point where I saw that I could not do like you know, the way you can have someone, let's say Instagram, and their page looks so nice. They've gone to the beach. They've gone to Dubai. They've done all these things. Then you look at your socials and you're like, wow, mi nakanga tu kwa nyumba yangu. Should I take pictures from different angles? I don't know. And then I was like, you know what? There's no point of me trying to put pressure on myself so that my Instagram page can look like someone else. My videos can look like so and so, because I've seen a repetition of the same subject, but in different content creators. And for me, I was like, what can I do to be different? Can I allow my ideas to just flow without trying to structure my video like this vlogger or this content creator. And when I was liberated from that, I don't care even what I post on Instagram. As long as I know it comes from my heart, I'm not looking for the views. I'm not looking for the likes.
For real? You're looking for views?
It's liberating. Let me tell you, it's so liberating.
Yeah, and she's getting views.
It's so liberating when you're doing things not to attract people or to get the approval of the audience. Because the moment you do that, then you become a slave to your socials. You become a slave to, people, basically.
Yeah.
So I have found freedom in just coming up with an idea, work on it, and post it. Whether people want to see it, whether they view
watch it or they don't.
Yeah. Whether 1 million people watch it or one person watches it.
I'm actually glad that I created something that I'm proud of.
And you're really doing a great job. You are.
Yeah.
Guys, you can follow Vilwendo on YouTube and social platforms. She actually has a video up. She's been doing 7 minutes daily videos of devotionals kind of, and it's really amazing. You can go check her out. Yeah. She did a video on feeling. What was that? What was the latest video on
feeling behind?
When you're feeling behind.
In
so you can go check out that video. I'm sure it will be very helpful. But otherwise lo tunamalizia hapa. Lo
tunamalizia hapo, but guys, get views. Me bado sina roho kama yao. Vanessa, I care. Please watch. Please share. Please subscribe. Please, guys. Not all of us have the strength. I don't know what you think, but have we done our takeaways?
Yeah, we wanted to do our takeaways. Yeah. So what's your takeaway from this conversation, Vin?
I think, first of all, for anyone who feels like they need to compare their lives, it's already a lot of pressure. Just thinking of how I can be like someone else is a lot of pressure. It's just to accept where we are. With the world being, let me not say the world, the internet being a global village. You see people from America doing these great things, building big houses. Hey, if you start following that, you'll collapse under pressure. And just accept where you are. But you can walk towards achieving certain goals, but it will take you to work on them. It will take you to look at your life and say, I want to change this about maybe my finances. I want to change this about my relationships. Work on these things and be successful in those things instead of trying to be like so-and-so. Then you will now focus on yourself and also look at what God has to say about you, and agree with him. Agree with him that indeed you will be wealthy, indeed, but you don't have to make it about someone else. Because after that, what's the joy? What was your first reason for doing it in the first place? Once you've achieved the same things that Franca achieved, are you happy? Will you be happy? Or will you go through your own journey and be happy that you achieved these things and enjoy the fruit of your labor? Yeah. Okay,
that's really good. Freddy?
Yangu second last.
Ami hata mimi takeaways zangu ni kama nilishasema.
Una takeaways. That's how we know Franca has no takeaways, guys, but it's okay, we understand. For me, it's Manoman is strong. Mine is to appeal to the boy child, all right? Yeah, strong. In my opinion, I think competition or comparison is good. It can be good and bad, but I think it's good because, they say, is it aim for the kidogo science ilinchanganya? Is it aim for the moon and you'll reach the sun, or is it aim for the sun and you'll reach the moon? What were... It's aim for the... What? It's aim for the... Aim for
the stars, land on the moon.
I've embarrassed myself.
Leo umetufungulia na unatufungiana.
Aim for the stars and you reach the...
Aim for the stars, land on the moon.
Aim for the stars and land on the moon. Basically, all right? Kidogo hizo zinachanganya. Kitu yote ni astrology, jua, nini, mimi. 2 different directions. But the point of that is this, that when you compare yourself, you're aiming towards something, all right? And when you aim towards something, sometimes you might not get to that level, but the fact that you aimed, you land, you be somewhere close. All right. So for wanaume, strong, aim, compare yourselves. Just don't be getting jealous is normal. Being envious is normal. Those are normal. Provided you just don't go steal or decide to kill someone because they're doing better than you. All right.
Yeah.
And then there's nifanye proverb of the day.
Unataka kusema kwa mwisho ama niseme my takeaways?
Oh,
I thought it's a must. Neza cut. Oh, haina shida.
Oh, but you can. Let's not please.
Can I say something?
You wanted to say something?
Jealousy and envy are not normal. Those things are not normal.
Galatians 5:19.
What I was trying to say is this.
21 to 21.
Can you see the way they've ganged up against me?
No.
What I was saying is that I've not said it's good
So
to be jealous or to be envious.
So maneno, Freddy. Science ikushinde, physics nini?
Unajua,
masomo ikushinde, pia neno ikushinde, jamani, pick a struggle.
Really people, mama leo mniembarrass.
Pick a struggle.
No, just wait, hold up.
Ulikuwa wapi jana?
Tunafaa tumalize show.
Tunafaa kumaliza show. But there's something I wanted to say for social media. Kuna kitu inaitwa unfollowing na kuna kitu inaitwa muting.
Yeah.
Use them. Tafadhali.
No,
ukisikia kitu inakupatia pressure sana, this is my takeaway. Ukisikia kitu inakupatia pressure sana, mute. Okay? Mute, usikuwa unaona post zao, usikuwa unaona stories zao. Hadi ufike point yenye uko na amnesia, you don't remember who they are. Or just unfollow. When naona niko unfollow for other reasons, not because I'm comparing myself. When ule mwenye na compare uko huku chini najiona niko sawa.
Ngoja, you to say something.
Wait, naja nikumute.
Let me be a good host. You to say something.
I can't leave this platform without giving a shout out to my husband first of all.
Okay, the husband.
Franca, this is what you'll be doing.
Isaac.
See your life. Please.
But I would like to say this and reiterate that.
Yes, please.
Envy and jealousy
feel free.
Are not normal. It's something that maybe you need counseling for, but maybe... No, I'm joking.
Leo.
But I just want to say that
I hope you see what happens to me.
It's not normal.
We said Galatians. Hey, umeanza kuniambukiza wewe. Galatians 5:19 to 21. Please go read it. It's not normal. Please go read it, Freddy. At least tuanze tu kujua it's not normal. Ala from hapo tunaweza kusaidia.
Acha tufike show, but I do get the correction. Wanakubali correction, all right?
Yeah, it's good.
But I still
proverb
guys,
of the day.
Mwanaume ni strong. So in my opinion, as much as tutaongea hapa was nini, you still feel unajua kuna mtu unaonanga, you feel jealous, you understand, you're envious. I'm not saying it's normal, all right people? I'm not saying it's not. All I'm saying is we all know. Unajua kuna mtu unaangalianga unatamani kuna ka lifestyle plan. Yeah, that's what I meant. All right. Now they're trying to make me look different, but it's okay. I still love you guys with the love of Christ. But at least
watu wanapenda proverbs zako.
Wow.
Watu wanapenda sana. Hebu tupatie ya leo.
Hii content tunatoanga hapa watu wapendi, ni proverb watu wanangojanga.
Uko mwisho.
Anyway, proverb of the day. Unajua lazima sound deep hapa hivi, you know, tunataka base. Kidogo. Na hii simu inaniamba
nani iPhone.
Imagine a whole iPhone. All right. Gentlemen, this one's for you. All right. Proverb of the day today for the gentleman is obstacles don't block the path. They are the path. All right. Obstacles don't block the path. They are the path. Stay blessed.
Thank you.
Subscribe, share, like. See you next time.
See you next time. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.